It's almost a given that the drivers on the grid today were kart racing as children, so they could enter the sport with as much experience as possible. It hasn't always been like that though. In the 1950s, the average age for the drivers was German Grand Prix with 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars line up on the grid. This was the infamous 2005 US Grand Prix, which saw 14 cars pulled out of the race due to tyre safety concerns. Ferrari are the only team to have raced in every single season of Formula One. Wins, most pole positions, and most race entries. The United Kingdom.
Right, here we go. Sorry everybody, had a few issues with my child, but all good now, so we could finally get this commentary underway. Welcome to Albert Park. I'm sorry I've missed the first 15 minutes of qualifying or so. Obviously Albert Park on the calendar since 1997, entering its 26th year I think now. But that's enough of the background. Let's get straight into the actual currently. We have the Alpine of Danny Reutemann on pole with a 117.4. Chris Ayling and McLaren currently in the pits, second place on 17.5, closely followed by Davola. And then between 4th and 6th, it's just a tenth of a second between the three of them. And further back, Lewis and Swanee again separated by less than a tenth. Sal P9 on 17.8 and a 17.9 for Monnier. So that is your top 10, and let's get going. Right, so let me get my telemetry sorted. So I can see what laps people have set laps on. Jeslar's lap was on Inters, so that explains why he is 4 seconds off the pace. So carry on watching this lap from Monnier now, see if he can improve on his current time, as we have a brief yellow flag in sector 3. Looks like a Haas going slowly to let his teammate by. Monnier coming into the penultimate corner now. Let's see if he finishes lap or if he goes into the pits. He's going to finish it at a bit of a wobble on the exit, but comes out the final corner, activates his DRS, keeps it valid, and it is going to be a 120.0, so not a good lap for Monnier. I wonder whether or not he'll go for a another lap, as Kiwi goes fastest on 17.2. The AlphaTauri putting a stonking lap there. We've got our top 3 in the pits still in a minute. And looks like more people starting to come out. We've got a McLaren just coming out of the pits. It looks like Chris Ayling is coming out now, so we'll ride on board with him for his out lap. Let me just get up the standings from last week just so I can race results from last week. No. Driver standings, that's effective, I've seen. Right, so coming on from last week in Saudi Arabia, our championship leader is Jesla on 31 points. DRL Mike is second place on 25. And Davola in third place on 22. Our current pole sitter Kiwi is currently 14th, did not score points. Jeslar going pretty slowly on his outlap at the minute. See if I can see. Danny's catching up. Davola is coming to the end of his outlap, so we'll stick on board with a Ferrari actually, see where he can improve to. Currently 3 tenths off of pole position as he comes through the penultimate corner now. Around the final corner, activates his DRS now, and it's on his way to a flyer. He's coming across the line now. And we are go into the first corner, nice and tidy. See how he gets an exit, nice exit, not any drama from the car at all. We've got a yellow in sector 1, looks like a car going slowly. We've got Haas going slowly as well. A nice 3 and 4 from a Ferrari as well. Again, not much drama from the rear end. And we'll see what his first sector is going to be. It is his 12 thousandths up on his own time by lots of things, so not even a personal best in the first sector. Let's see what happens in his second sector. It's pretty much just a straight race sector, so not much room for improvement. And he's around the same gap again off his own time. Just keeps it valid on the exit of the left right. On the run up to the new-ish hairpin. And has a big moment, and that is Davola out of the session. That was a hell of a tax off. Got loose off of the curb, off of the exit of the corner, and was straight to the scene of the accident. As well, anyway, also DNFs from the session. We're right on board now with Danny, who is coming up into the same section now. Manages to keep it out of the barrier this time, pointing in a straight line. We'll see what he can do. Coming into the penultimate corner now. on the final corner, activates his DRS on the run to the line. It's a 14, 15, 16. Is he going to beat Paul? No, goes second on a 6, 17.251, so half a tenth off Paul. Where is Chris Alien going to go as he crosses the line? It is a 17.218, 1,000ths off of pole position. That is one hell of a lap as Extremist retires. He has done... How have you done it there? Right, so Danny managed to improve a little bit, Chris managed to improve a lot now. So the top three covered by just half a tenth. And we'll ride on board with... No, we won't ride on board with Kiwi because that's invalidated. The Haas is in low fuel mode. We'll ride on board with Mike in the Williams, see whether or not he can improve on his current 6th place. Just the 4 tenths off a pole. This is looking like a nice and tidy first sector. We've got more DNFs. Or more retirements, should I say. Oh, it's DRS straight now. And he's currently 2 attempts upon his time, so that will put him P6 ahead of Devola. We'll see whether or not he can carry on this pace to the end of the lap. We've got more yellow flags at the end of sector 3. Looks like an Alpha Male going pretty slowly. Mike, that somehow stays valid. I don't know quite how he's managed that. We're for the final corner now, activates his DRS on the run to the line at 14, 15, 16. Is he going to improve? He does to P6. Loses a bit of time in that final sector, but still good enough. And Eric comes into the pits. That is it for qualifying. So again, I do apologise, I missed the first 10 minutes or so. But that is it for qualifying. Just waiting for Chris Alien in the pits to retire now. He'll be just getting put back into the pit box, I imagine. And there we go. Right. My child is awake, which is always great. And now we'll run you through our grid for the race. So we've got Kiwi on pole position 17.2, a brilliant lap from the rest of world driver. Second place we've got the Scotsman, the flying Scotsman of Chris Alien, 1,000th behind, very close between the top 3 to be honest. With the Dutchman just 300s behind as well. Silo P4 for Red Bull and 17.2 as well. The top 5 separated by just a tenth of a second with Vin Porsche and the Haas on 17.3 as well. Further back we've got DRL Matt for Williams, Devola who DNF'd with a pretty dramatic crash, Lou in 8th, Swan in 9th, Eric in 10th. And at the bottom we have Legend Jeslar who set a lap on Inters and Extremist in the Ferrari. Right, just a reminder for everyone, we will not be running a formation lap. So it will be straight into the race after this grace period at the start here. How are people expecting the race to go, by the way? I notice I've got a few people watching. If anyone can let me know what the weather report's going to be like as well, that would be splendid. Just waiting now for everyone to ready up, wait for the race to get underway. As I said before, no formation lap, so do remember that. And 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are go in Australia. There you see our possible strategies, but we are on board with Kiwi. He gets a great start for Chris Alien, who's already having to defend from Danny, and the Haas gets very loose and is falling back now. Vin having a terrible first corner as we watch the drama further back. Everyone nice and tidy. Williams going for a lunge on the McLaren. They're going 3 wide, and an Alfa Romeo going and causing absolute chaos. That unsurprisingly, we have a yellow flag and penalties all around already. Let's have a look at these penalties. So 3 seconds for Silo, Steve, Jeslar already, Kvalin and Swanee with 6 actually. We'll stay on board with Kiwi now under pressure from Chris Alien. We'll watch from behind, see how people get on here. On the run down to this hairpin for the first time. Everyone keeping it fairly clean, and we have another yellow flag. Looks like we've had a Mercedes and a Haas and a Ferrari come together. Extremist and AW Smith straight out, and a Mercedes Legend as well, just getting going again. And he is missing all of the front wing, and we unsurprisingly have a safety car. Silo getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. My child is currently chewing his cot. What are you doing? Where's your dummy going? I think he's enjoying the race. Jeslar, 5-second penalty for severe collision with Steve. Penalties all around at the minute. Jeslar and Silo both on 8 seconds worth. They'll have to serve their penalties, either in the pit stop or at the end of the race. So current sorry, I had a bit of a moment there. So the current lineup is Kiwi is leading from Danny in the Alpine. Chris Alien has dropped to 3rd place, with Mike and Williams up to 4th. Vin recovered to 5th, although I think he has been helped by Silo making that pit stop. Lou in the Aston in 6th. Let's have a look at our position change. De Vol stayed where he is in 7th. Monnier up to 8th, and there we see our strategies. 1 stop pit in lap, 12 to 14 if you're starting on the softs, and I think that was 14 to 18 if you started on the medium. Monnier is the big winner at the moment in terms of positions. He's been up 6 places. Well, saying that, Jeslar has made up 7. And our big loser Silo dropping 10 places, but he has made a pit stop. And we already have 3 DNFs, Legend, Extremist and AW Smith, who unfortunately did not catch that. So we'll stay on board with our leader for the time being, while waiting for his safety car period to end. Curious if anyone thinks we'll get a red flag. Not seen one in a multiplayer race yet this season. All cars making it fairly nicely through turn 1, as Jeslar has pit, I assume, to get rid of that 5-second penalty. So we'll see the penalty detail. Yeah, Jeslar's back down to 3 seconds worth of penalties. That is a smart move by the Aston Martin driver, but he is down out at the bottom of the leaderboard now. So I imagine, providing Jeslar catches up, we will be coming in this lap, and we'll be back on the way with Kiwi leading from Danny and Chris. Intrigued to see how this battle plays out, given the pace of all the drivers involved at the front, and whether or not Jeslar can sweep through the field like I know he can. Safety car man is in this lap. I'll go back on board with our leader to watch the safety car restart, as he's maintaining a good pace at the moment, sticking around 130 kilometers per hour. Backing everyone up a little bit more now. Just waiting for the safety car to go in, so the limiter coming off. and we are pretty much ready to go. He takes a wide berth in that corner, and he's gone. He is gone. Not the best safety car restart I've seen. He's not pulled much of a gap at all from Danny. We'll go to the broadcast now to see what's happening. And fairly pedestrian here, as we've got McLaren going up the inside of Eric. Monnier up to 8th now, and carrying on to 3 now. Defending from the Williams, making it very easy indeed to keep the position. The Haas is going side by side, and Kiwi has lost the lead to Danny as well. So, right back on board with this gaggle of cars, as this is a 6-way fight for the lead. Kiwi all over the place now. Chris Alien's going to get a hell of a run on this. Let me just invite a co-commentator. Streamers, I've just added you to the party, so feel free to join. Hello there.
Hello.
You lasted long.
Yeah, just chaotic as hell start. Tried to stay safe.
You're telling me. Right,
yeah,
so let's get on with it, shall we? So Danny is currently leading. He's got a 1.5 second lead on Chris Alien, who is also further half second ahead of Kiwi. We'll ride on board with Kiwi at the moment and see what is happening on the run down to turn 3. Not much action happening here. Not much action happening in the field at all, really. What do you think?
It's just kind of a. Everyone's just following at this point, trying to wait for DRS, I imagine, because there's no point in wasting DRS now, but a lot of drivers are looking through the field.
Yeah, like if it's some of them are conserving a lot more than others, as we'll ride on board with the Williams of Eric now, chasing down the Ferrari of Devola, as we have a couple of change of position. Vin in the Haas up to 3rd now. In fact, we'll go back on board with the AlphaTauri of Kiwi, watching this battle for 2nd place at the moment. Kiwi dropping further behind the Haas, on board with Vin now, as he's now putting pressure on Chris Alien and the McLaren. And we are still dropping slightly back from Danny and the Alpine, but still within the 2 second mark, so nothing to worry about at the moment.
Chris isn't looking for any incidents. He wants to
and we have a VSC. Yeah, looks like we've had, oh god, Jeslar, Willaney, Naismith. That looks interesting. We've got 5 second penalty for Pulse for a severe collision with Steve. That's 2.
Visible damage.
Yeah, well, Jeslar looks fine, although he is coming into the pits. As well, anyway, stayed out. Swanee's got no front wing. Pulse
under the VSC.
Yeah. So let's wait for this. Yeah. Just like back in last. So just wait for this VSC to end now. Our leader is Danny with a lead of about, oh, it's up towards 2 seconds now.
Yeah. Chris will come back at him later in the race stuff.
I am worried about that. Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second. Vin is quite close as well. And we are still under VSC by lots of things. I don't know if that's a. Yeah, we're definitely still under VSC. First battle at the minute. Monier's quite close to Eric. Just waiting for people to actually, waiting for this VSC to actually finish. I don't know why it's been out so long.
There we go.
Jeslar has a drive-through, as does Naismith. So that's 2 drivers getting a drive-through for the VSC restart. Eric is trying to pressure Devola, but it's not going that well. Monier's coming under pressure now from Steve in the AlphaTauri, both with DRS as well.
And then he's going to DRS with Chris.
Yeah, riding back on board with that as well. Is he going to dive up inside? No, the Haas driver plays it safe. Just 3.5 tenths between the two. My son seems to be enjoying the race anyway.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that.
Yeah, and Eric in the Williams now is right on the tail of the Ferrari. Looking a bit skittish, I don't know if that's my connection or what. But he will have DRS, and I imagine we'll make a move into this next chicane as Vin has got past.
There's our pit again for put back on the hard fire.
Jezlar's just not having a good race. Let's see if Chris can come back out of Vin, but it looks like the Haas driver has got the measure of him at the moment. Although he does have a bit of a wobble there. That does invite Chris back into it a little bit, as Eric has now got past the Ferrari. It is becoming a hell of a train, and that is a move for Monnier.
Vin has had a big moment. Chris has got past him again.
Yeah, further down the field, Monnier has just lost 2 positions effectively. Went for a dive on Devola and messed it up. Devola got back past, and Silo got through as well, as Chris Haley gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. And now watching Silo side by side with a Ferrari down into turn 3, see if he can get the move done. Late braking leaves around enough space. Yeah, that's just about clean enough from both of them there. Nice move from Silo, back up to 8th. As with the yellow flag, we've got Monnier by what's is it Monnier? Yeah, it's Monnier who's round. We'll go back up towards the front as Vin is looking to get past Kiwi here. Great move with the DRS. Don't think he'll get Chris, but he might get him in the next DRS zone. As Danny is just increasing his lead at the moment. Doesn't have quite the pace to get through, as Devola's retired at the same place as you did.
Yep.
So that is another safety car. I'm just going to try and shut my child up, so I'll let you lead.
Yeah. So Danny leads from Chris. Danny dives in, so does Chris. Did Vin stay out? No, Vin did box. Kiwi boxes. DRL Mike boxes. Lou boxes. Silo stays out, so he will be the de facto leader of the race for now. We'll see if he boxes after, but Steve Juventino is also staying out. But from the looks of things, it looks like pretty much everyone else has pitted. The Monnier pits with Swanee pit. Swanee stays out, so no real positions to be made, but he does get out ahead of Monnier. So Silo on the mediums, Steve on the hard, so they both 7 and 8 lap old tyres. Danny is on the hard tyre now. Chris is on medium, Vin Porsche is on medium, Kiwi is on hard, DRL Mike is on hard, DRL Lou is on medium, Fairland is on hard, and I will let you finish off the rest.
Kvalan, you said, was on hards. Let me get my tyres up. Eric also on hards. Well, anyway, and Swanee both on mediums, as are Naismith and Jezla at the back. And so between them 4 is Monnier and Pals on softs. Right, Silo is now in the lead of the race. I missed how that happened. I imagine everyone made a pit stop.
Yeah, Silo and Steve stayed out, and from what I can see, Swanee stayed out, Pals stayed out, and Naismith boxed, but he is on a scrub set by the looks of him.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a scrub set. Right, let's have a quick sit rep. Let's have a look at our position change. So currently Silo up 3 positions, Steve up 11, but he is not boxed as of yet. Danny P3, Chris P4, Vin P5 and Kiwi P6, 4 usual suspects they have boxed, and I imagine we'll make quick work of the AlphaTauri in front of them. Mike dropped a position from the start in P7, he's on hards. I imagine most of these guys will be pitting towards the end. maybe the hard ones might be able to take him to the end, but I think mediums might be a bit of a stretch. Lou as well, P8, not really moved from his start position. Fallon up 8 places as well. Right, still waiting for a few cars to catch up. Could be in this lap.
Makes me play the game. Desire didn't, so we'll be waiting for the Mercedes.
Yeah. So maybe not. Yeah. Some might not be in, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think any Smith's going to catch him near.
No, and Jeslard. Jeslard's close, but yeah, I think we'll be waiting for Naismith, so maybe another lap.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely another lap. Which I don't mind, gives us a break.
He shows the catch up pretty handily before the end of the finish.
That Stefan looks like he'll catch up this lap, so we'll be back on the race shortly. Safety car is in this lap, so we'll have Silo leading the way. Go back to the broadcast cam now. We'll be on board with our race leader, see how he does this restart, whether or not he gets a better start than Kiwi did. Let's see when he goes, how much of a gap he gets. It's immediately a better restart. A great start from the Red Bull driver, already pulled a half-second gap on the AlphaTauri. Yeah. I think Steve might lose his position fairly quickly on those old tyres.
Well, Chris is right behind him. Chris is looking to make a move as well.
A great move from Danny there, and Chris has been hit slightly there. And Chris has another 3-second penalty. Yep. So that's Chris up to what? 6 seconds, isn't it? Yes. Yep, Sauer 8 seconds. Well, Danny is our de facto race leader anyway, with Sauer having, I think he boxed on lap 1. And Danny it's going around the outside. Great move by the Alpine, gets it done nice and cleanly. We're out on board with the Red Bull now, see if he can make the move back.
Coming back down.
He's going for it. That's borderline. That's very borderline. Wonder if we'll get,
Makes up the place.
wonder if we'll get a safety car for that or not. Yeah, Danny with a penalty now. These guys going side by side. And Danny put in a wall by Chris there.
Not much flying off, so...
And I've got some mild lag issues. Chris is retired. Chris did that in Saudi as well. Oh, and there's Lou's gone. Oh, Mercedes, there's been a hell of a pile up after Chris's retirement.
I think Chris, yeah.
Chris has caused that.
Yeah.
Chris's has caused that, just took out at least 3 cars, as Steve has just rear-ended Mike as well. Well, that was chaos. Tell you what, I don't envy stewards in this league, because that's going to take some cleaning up. Not mine, but Chris got so far into Jeddah and decided to retire, so started to sense a little fume from that there. So Sarah somehow still managed to retain the lead from Danny. I imagine Sarah will be boxing now, as he does, and Danny joins him as well. So looks like everyone else coming to the pits apart from Vin, Eric, Kvalan and Melanie Weir, as Vin's been disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. That changes things.
That's... yeah.
I wonder if he overtook the safety car. Oh, this has got really weird, really quick.
Yeah.
Don't know quite what to make of that. No, that text is not supposed to say welcome to round 1 Jeddah. So while I've got a minute, I'm going to change that. Advanced settings, message to spectators, round 2. Melbourne. There we go, that's fixed. Right, so Eric now leading the way from Kval and Melanie Way and Danny. I imagine... oh, these safety cars will be helping the hard runners at the moment, but I'd imagine... in fact, yeah, they will be able to take them to the end, I do think. It'll be tight, but... no reason they can't. I'll keep it on a disco because it's getting tasty. I think there needs to be a proper discussion between the stewards and admins about retiring on track, because that's 2 weeks on the bounce now. Chris is retired. Didn't cause any issues in Jeddah, but caused... yeah, Vinny, I assume that's what you'd done. It's a shame. I mean, it'd be nice if it actually gave you some time to actually to fix that, but... yeah, just playing Codemasters, it's unfortunate. You had a good pace. But yeah, I think the admins, at least, definitely stewards as well, need to have a word about retiring on track, because like I said, 2 weeks on the bounce now. Chris has retired on track. Last week didn't cause any issues at Jeddah, but this week it has caused a massive pile up, and frankly I don't think that's acceptable in any league. Driving standards weren't particularly great in Jeddah, and it has not been much of an improvement here. So I'm intrigued to see what happens from here. Well, the safety car is now in this lap. Be nice to see how the Williams handles this restart. Right, so Eric is going, oof, that's borderline. And Kvallen was right alongside them as well. See, I hate it when people do shocking safety car restarts. Yeah. And Eric has now gone. We've got an Alpine 340 a minute. Kvallen is a fair ways back, as Danny is already getting past well anyway. We're just over the halfway point in this race now, and we have just over half of 3 drivers left. It's a shame that obviously people were involved in the pile-up, as Danny goes for move on Kvallen straight away. Is the other Alpine going to follow suit? No, the Alpha Tauri though looked like it was going to go for a move on well anyway, as Kvallen gets a 3-second penalty, and Danny now is going to put pressure on the Williams in the lead. Stay on board and see how this battle plays out. Looks like it's going to be a fairly easy overtake for the Dutchman. Eric places his car pretty well, that'll be another warning. We'll ride on board a bit further back now with Silo, see how this battle's getting on. As Danny has made the move, but goes wide and Eric gets back past. And Kvallen holding his own against the other Alpine, as Danny yeah, just about makes that move stick. And now Eric, a bit of dirt in his tyres now, on the marbles. Is the Alfa Romeo going to make a move around the outside? No, it decides to try and get the switch back out of this chicane. And this is just corking the bottle for these guys now. Yeah. As the Red Bull gets pretty close to the Alfa Romeo. And that's Silo up to 3rd. Very nice move from the Red Bull driver. So now he'll be pushing. Yeah, he'll be pushing Eric as well now. As Kiwi gets another time penalty, that's him up to 6 seconds. We'll ride on board with, well anyway for now, watch this train from his point of view. As Silo's gone. Silo's gone and the Alfa Romeos looks like these guys are coming together as well. And Kiwi makes the most of that. Well, Silo was round and the Alfa Romeo was in the gravel, so I'm assuming they've had a bit of a coming together. Yeah. And Kiwi looks like he's going to try and push onto Eric now. That's a shame for Silo, he'd been driving a good recovery. As Danny sets another fastest lap of the race. Jesla now up to 5th place. Great recovery drive from the Aston Martin driver as well, starting last. He's been last at least 3 times in this race. Yeah, Danny's just gone with this now. As Palfs and Steve look like Steve's definitely had an issue. Watching, well anyway now, with the DRS on Kiwi, is he going to make the move? Oh, he's going to try and go to the inside. Side by side with these two. Stays behind and he's going to use the DRS to overtake him into his hairpin, I think. Although he's not got the overspeed, he's not in the draft at all. and actually gets overtaken by Jeslar. Jeslar now up to 4th place, up 16 places now, I believe. 15, sorry. Jeslar is pushing as hard as he can. I think he's going to try and go for the win, but I think that already 6-second gap between Danny and Eric is going to be a bit too much for the Aston Martin driver. But nonetheless, he's going to try Jeslar now with the DRS on Kiwi into turn 3. That is a nice move there as well. Kiwi gets him cut back on him though. Great defence from the AlphaTauri, and he gets another 3-second penalty. I think that will be Jeslar safe and sound up to 3rd now. Although he has got a gaggle of cars behind him, but will probably have DRS. Although Kiwi, I think, should be looking backwards rather than forwards. Kiwi shut the DRS for some reason. I think that's his chance of coming back at Jeslar gone. There's Mike. Also makes a move on Monye. Gap at front already up to nearly 8 seconds. So I think Danny is definitely on course for victory here. Jeslar just trying to break away a little bit from the AlphaTauri, but it's not quite going to plan. Sticking on board with the battle for 2nd for a minute, but I need to just sort my child out, so if you just want to lead again.
So, Jeslar is closing up there, but he's got them in the front for it, and he's right in the back of him. Tyler gets his 30-second penalty, which was just playing on that run for him now. Danny is still extending out in front. That gap is just growing and growing because Eric is just bashing everyone back up on the medium tyre field and the hard tyre, so he may have a stronger tyre at the end of the race. But Jeslar is keeping him honest. Kiwi does get past. Mike also gets past Jeslar. That's a lot of changes there. Now it looks like Monye is also going for it. They bump wheels and they hit each other. That's another, yeah. And that's another DNF.
And we're down to 10, so everyone gets points if they'll stay in the race now. Where's my wine gums? Not wine gums, the Michigan sticker. Right.
No face test.
No. I've noticed after whoa, that's Eric, that was borderline, that defending against Kiwi then.
Yeah.
So, again, driving standards not getting any better.
Yep, and Money's still right on the back of Jeslar, and they may get to come together. I agree with you on the driving standards front. But I'm honestly baffled by some of the driving that we're seeing. And it is a shame because there is a lot of great drivers in today.
Some great drivers, and back in the last season, the driving was brilliant.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, first 2 races in this season, the driving standards have just been shocking.
Yeah.
As Mike has a bit of a tank stopper. I think Marky Williams is the one to look at now because he's not got any penalties, so he's already got Kiwi sorted.
Yeah. But Danny's still extending out in front.
Yeah. Q's got 9 seconds of penalties, so he's going to drop to at least 8. That will be 8. Stay on board with Marcus Kiwi, tries to go for a move on Eric, and this is all concertinaing up nicely. And that's a great move by Mike. Kiwi was boxed in by both Williams, and Jeslar's going to get the move done as well. Stay on board for Kiwi, see whether or not Monnier is going to get the move. Not quite. Yep. Mike with a bit of a tank slapper coming out the final corner, but already hounding his teammate. Hopefully Eric uses a bit of sense and realises Mike's the quicker driver.
God, another car hit.
Yeah, Monnier's gone. So again, there's another car that's gone round. He's got a 3-second penalty to boot as well, so that's brilliant. So we've got Mike going for the move on Eric. Eric defending a lot less than he did against Kiwi. And that is a hell of a corner cut by Mike.
Yeah.
that was mental. He might as well let Eric back past now. No, Eric is going to try and hang it round the outside and fail miserably. Oh god, there's still 6 laps of it.
Yeah. Mike has got past 15 minutes. Jeslar's going to come at Eric now, so we'll see how hard he defends. Or he's going to fall. Eric's coming back at his teammate.
Yeah, watching that down the inside. Don't see many moves into turn 1, but that's a good one.
Oh, and he's done it again!
Mike dropping behind Jeslar now. And Kiwi by lots of things. Yep. Kiwi nearly steams into the back of Jeslar. So again, that's an interesting one. Briefly, that's 6 viewers then. I'm not used to these lofty heights. Stay on board with Jeslar now. See if he can get past Eric.
I think I don't, you know, like, you can say, like, shit happens in racing and stuff like that, but Eric in particular has been really aggressive.
Arguably too aggressive.
Here we
watch
go
him. Watch him.
Yeah, and he's caused a pile up.
Awesome. That was awesome. Great. Alright, so just last now P2. Everyone in the top 4 has got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, I don't want to say that's just results, but...
Well, it's definitely a bit of karma, by much things.
And look at the cars pitting now, look at that. Kiwi pits, Silo pits. That's 2 very quick drivers and just completely took out of the end part of the race because of that incident. And because Eric could not let the position go to his own teammate.
No. He's only got himself to blame. Mikey's not letting Jeslar go. So we'll have DRS this lap, we'll see whether or not he can close in.
Danny decided to go keep it going to the end. 13-second gap, I doubt that's going to start coming down.
I think that's probably going to get a bit higher as these guys continue fighting. Is Mark going to go around the outside? That's a brilliant move. I think Jeslar saw that coming. And said to let it happen as Eric has now crashed and caused a safety car.
Wow.
And Eric's gone past the pit lane. Not Eric, Danny's gone past the pit lane.
Mike pits.
Jeslar stays out.
well anyway.
Well, 2-lap shootout at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming at the end of this. Epic in general has just been dreadful.
Yeah. So, who has penalties?
Everyone.
Who doesn't have penalties? Sorry.
Everyone has penalties.
Okay. So, yeah. Well, anyway, Mike, Coach, Jesler, Danny, all on the same penalties. So.
Oh, top 5. Yeah, top 5 are all on 3 seconds.
Mike
6
is
for
on
8
the
for
fresh
6.
off.
Lady's not even caught up to safety car yet. Danny is just coming through the final corner now. He's staying out, I think. No, he's pitting. So Danny has pitted. It's just like risking staying out. No, just last coming in. Wise move there by Aston Martin, I think that's got him track position as well, because under safety car obviously it's a lower pit stop delta. Mike just coming down the start finish straight now.
Yeah.
I think Jesler's going to get out ahead.
Going to be close.
Just
he's backed off. Mike's backed off. You know, he's not going to.
I think he still would have had delta. Yeah. So that's worked out in Jesler's favour. He's got track position now. It's just going to be a straight shootout between Danny and Jesler for the late race win. Well, Mark has been quick as well, so it's going to be a freeway. Car won't be another penalty now, he's up to 9 seconds as well.
I think it's in.
I think it's going to have to be. Yeah, it's in. It's in.
Is it in? It's Danny
It's
just
in.
let it go.
It's in. So safety car in his lap. Most cars will have caught up. It'll just be 1 or 2. Or just the 1 AlphaTauri, I think actually. I think it's just going to be Kiwi. And I'm getting lag again, which I love. Just Danny's booted it. Jesler stayed right with him. We'll stay on board with this battle. This is the battle for the win. Same tyres, same number of penalties. This is it. 2-lap shootout, no DRS.
Danny's 1 warning off another penalty.
How many is Jesler?
None. Jesler has room.
Right, so Jesler's got room to make mistakes. Danny does not. Jesler wrote, it's down up to 6 tenths now between the two. I think Danny might just have the pace here. Although Jesler is reeling him in on the straight. Got Pals who's about 2 tenths behind Monya at the minute as well.
Yep. I see it's a Kiwi at the back.
Yeah, I know, it's a shame that the safety car came in when it did, or the safety car came out when it did. Another lap he would have caught up. But I've had the same. I had the same thing at Australia, but I got held up by an AI. So, Danny with a new fastest lap of the race, Jeslar just 4 tenths behind him now. Aston Martin driver pushing like crazy.
Going to go for it? No. Not got much longer to get that move done.
See if we're going to beat the DRS straight. Great lap by Kiwi.
Yeah, great result for Alpine at the minute.
Yeah. Great for him in the constructors. Not bad for Red Bull either, 6 and 7. But this is going to be at the Jeslar. The next 2 DRS straights.
Here we go. He's lifted off DRS.
Yep.
Save some for that last section.
Yep. This is going to be it. This is going to be the move.
Danny is lingering.
Jeslar is going to go for it. He's going to go for the outside. And he's going to try and get the cut back.
Yeah. Oh
and
no!
Collision.
Ow. And then Danny came across like that.
Yeah, I think he might have had a tank slap. I've seen it happen with a few cars during this.
He did have a tank slapper, but I think he recovered and then he pushed Jeslar very wide. Danny.
It's going to be a drag. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Half a tenth between the two. What a finish! And 4 more come across. We are just waiting for Kiwi now at the back. And he's nearly binned it. I'm getting lag again. I love my internet. There we go. That is Australia. That was chaos. That was mental. Jeslar, unsurprisingly, driving the day from the back of the grid to P2. Great last 2 laps there between himself and Danny. Danny just winning out with a borderline defence. Just waiting for my archaic machinery to catch up so I can show you the results. Right, so we've got Danny, who takes the win for Alpine. Another 25 points there. With his teammate Melanie Way also getting 12 points for P4. So a great race by Alpine. Jeslar P2 for Aston Martin with Mike P3 for Williams. Red Bull 5 and 6 in the end because of penalties. That's a good result for them. Monnier 7th, Kvalan 8th, and Kiwi finishing in last place, but it does get fastest lap, so it does get that extra point. Our DNFs. Starting off with Eric, who DNF'd after trying to dive bomb his own teammate. Steve just didn't have a good race, he DNF'd. Naismith, Lou, and Swanee, I believe, also got caught up with Chris Alien's crash. Chris Alien left. And then his AI took out 4 drivers. Devola had a shocker, as did Legend. And then Extremist Smith retired on lap 1, and Vin got disqualified for overtaking the safety car. So that was chaos. I hope the driving standards improve for next week. And I think that's all we need to say. What do you think?
I don't think that should be a full points race.
It's not our position to decide at the end of the day, but either way, it wasn't a good look for the league. Right, I think that is it. So I shall see you next week for round 3 in Qatar. Nice. I'll see you then.